urges will come, and it will be a motivating power when it is needed like that. But normally, as something just like, before the ship leaves harbor, a lot of work is happening, a lot of things are happening to guide every hands on board. But when you reach the open seas, things relax, and you can light your pipe. Something in life is an integrated existence where you're moving, and little fires go off here and there, but they're okay because you see with eyes that has some space, and it's fine. Everything is fine. The urges are necessary, especially when the mind has been for a long time immersed in the world. It's so soaked in sort of worldly existence, and it becomes flat. It doesn't matter. It might look like exciting, but it's flat. It has no spiritual life. When I say flat, I mean a life that has no spiritual magic in it. It's just excitement and imagination, but it's not alive, because the spirit does not have to be excited. It just like the sun. It's not excited to shine every day. It doesn't come out going, yeah. No, it's just there. It's always the same. From millions of years, it's just the same. It's just there, and radiates all this, without which no life can happen. Your being is like that. But the mind is always looking for something to shine on. It's like the moon. So as you come more into that synchronicity, your life it's never flat, it's never boring, and it's never exciting. It's just, I cannot say. It's just totally harmony. Harmony is a good word.
I remember how much you touched me when you said, I think it was in Tiro, like a long time ago, you said that contentment is the highest form of happiness.
Yes. Yeah, sweet
so
contentment.
beautiful.
The sweet contentment is there. When the mind force, the identity is quietened down, then there's a natural state of contentment is there. It's just there, contentment.
I was just thinking that what resonated with me was the story you told yesterday about the Guruji who said to his disciple, the monkeying disciple, you're not going to make it this lifetime. Yeah. And I was sort of like, do I really care about that? And I don't know, I couldn't find anything inside saying that, that sort of linear thing of like finding enlightenment in this lifetime, there was nothing somehow about it.
There's not one story for everybody.
No.
Or even for the same person at different times. It is like that. There's a time when it might seem deeply significant, it might become really alive for you. But if it doesn't, it's fine. Easy. Don't make any conclusions about anything at all. Because in your natural mind, every story you understand because your mind is universal enough. You said, I don't see how it applies to me. But this me is a very, again, limited thing. Everything is me. Everything is me. Everything is my life. Every experience is mine somehow. Because it is perceived in my being or something, you see. You have to be able to look at something, and although you may have surpassed that in understanding, but you still see the relevance of that is still going to be effective, like you are as a teacher, You see that, it's going to be effective for this group or something like this. And there's no hierarchy, there's no pride about it. It's just your wisdom. And you can see with that, when the person can do this, then their expression is very broad. Because every aspect of satsang, I enjoy, of it. If there's truth in it, every aspect of it I'm enjoying. Because it's alive. I enjoy it because it's alive at some level. You've heard me tell some stories many times, but each time that it's shared, I never tell because I'm bored. I gotta tell the story again. No, I say because right now it needs to be spoken, and it speaks itself. And if you listen to all the times I've told the same story, every time it's different a little bit. Because I don't have a fixed story in my head. It just comes because that's the moment that the consciousness wishes to express it. No? So this is a sign of your own universality. When the mind, the personal mind, is coming into the heart is more universal sphere, no? A realm. And then you become more, your whole function is more universal. You can speak to people from any part of the world. You can speak to them because cultures don't really, the cultural differences don't apply to you at all. You see beyond that all the time. You will have friends who are children and old people and all different type of people. You say, well, how kind of friends you have? Some people, their friends always look like them. And others, they have friends, all different type of beings. And they go to many different places. They eat in many different houses. You would not believe. Why? Because your mind is broad enough for that. You can go to, 1 minute you're speaking with a child and you talk like friends. You don't talk, I'm talking to your child. No? You talk to them, you're communicating with them, and somehow you can have a much more refreshing conversation with a child or moment than with many adults. So something is just so flexible, so adaptable, so universal, basically. And you're not planning for anything. That's the second thing. You go anywhere, in any group, but you don't rehearse what you're going to do. Because you don't know what you're going to do. You don't know what you're going to feel. You don't know what you're going to think. You don't know who's going to be there. So the best way to be in real time with the universe is to be empty of you. When you're empty of you, the universe does not plan ahead and say, oh, he's going to meet George. He better know something about physics. No. You just go. Because emptiness is universal. And you go and you sit and then I've been in the United States. I went to one house. I was staying in the house, and both the husband and wife were mathematicians, like top grade. I only know sums. I don't know. These are kind of people that talk, in different language. And we sat and we talked and we had a beautiful evening. And they said, you're a mathematician. I said, really? I said, no. Because I don't know. I am talking sums, they're talking mathematics, but somehow inside of that, something, because we brought it back in from here. It was so beautiful, actually. I didn't feel I understand anything about mathematics in terms of, it wasn't about numbers, actually. It was just the self. And these are the signs I want to see around me with people now, that your lives are reflecting this universality, not always this local person. I'm tired of persons. A person is the most boring thing on the planet. It is the most boring thing on the planet. Easy. When the person is not there, the Supreme is there. And this is beautiful. That's all. On all of existence, human beings have been on this planet for thousands of years. At the end of the day, what you have to learn, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Be present, but get out of the way. And relax into the arms you cannot really see, but you feel them. And this, if you can do this, you have done it. You don't have to keep on recycling all the time, coming back, because you haven't learned. Simple things. I like things simple because complex things, I get lost. I think, okay. And the mind loves complex things because it finds ways to hide in complexity. You see? The thief will not walk in the middle of the road. He's too vulnerable. He loves the little alleyways where you can disguise. But your heart will come open. You can walk in any territory. You see, and I have to see this, I have to see this. How you see it. As I said yesterday, It's not your presence I see, it's your absence that attract me, not your presence. Not your presence as a person. Your absence as a person is the presence of the Lord. And this is the one worth meeting. We're only, all of us actually, only here to meet him actually. We keep meeting John Brown and Miss Edna Phillips and, you know. But him you don't see. Because our minds is full of other. We have the same, everything is other. There's you and other. When other dies in you, first it dies through when I is not person, then other is not other. These are, I like things when they're simple like that, because many simple people, they can understand these things very, very simple. The ones who complexify, I don't know what they're doing. But as soon as you see it, something just drops into place, you know, and help more you don't need.
This is all taking place in your presence.